I have to see more content like this.
Hey, Paul, are you there? Do you think that we can talk a little right now?
What is it? What do you want from me this time?
I take it that you're still upset then.
What are you talking about? Just what is it that you even think I'm so upset about, huh?
Well, about the fight that you and I had last night, right? I mean, I thought that we were able to talk things through, but I guess you're still upset?
And so what if I am? What business is it of yours, huh? Can you just tell me what you want so that I can get back to my day already? I don't have time to waste on conversations like these.
Well, I want to talk. I want to solve this issue so that we can go back to the way things were. Because right now, I feel like we're just still fighting and nothing's been solved.
So that's what you want then? You just want things to go back to the way they were? Fine, then if that's what you really want, then you can go ahead and apologize to me. And after that, you can just leave me alone for the rest of the day. How does that sound?
But I don't get it. Why should I have to apologize to you? I mean, do you even remember the reason that you and I were fighting in the first place?
I just remembered that you got into one of your moods all of a sudden. Then you were all acting all pissy towards me, and so I said something, and that's when we started fighting.
You've got to be kidding me. Is that really what you think happened between us? You really don't remember at all what the fight was about, do you?
What are you talking about this time?
I mean that you promised me that you were going to come over yesterday, don't you remember? You said that you were really craving pie, and I said that I would bake one for you if you would come over and eat it with me. But then hours later, you told me that you were out with friends and too busy, and that's why I got mad at you.
Well, did I promise that I'd be there? Because I never remember saying anything like that.
But you did. You said it the last time that you and I were together. Do you really not remember saying that to me at all?
I don't know, I was drunk. I don't remember anything of that at all. I was probably just saying whatever I thought you wanted to hear, but I didn't mean it.
But I don't get it. I mean, it would have been a date. You really don't think I'd take something like that seriously? I really don't get why you're being so stubborn about apologizing to me about this.
Told you that I shouldn't have to. You just got all mad at me all of a sudden over nothing. If this is what you were mad about, then you should have said something earlier. Otherwise, it's like you just suddenly turned on me and I had no idea what any of it was about.
Okay then, I am sorry, Paul. I'm sorry that I didn't explain what I was mad about to you more clearly earlier. But I just feel like you've been acting a bit flaky and have been maybe brushing me off recently. And then you always just try to laugh it off or pretend like it's never your fault afterwards. So I guess I'm just feeling pulled about without getting any real answers as to what's going on, you know?
Okay, I understand what you're saying and I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention to make you feel that way.
I just mean that we're going to be getting married, you know? But despite that, I still feel like you and I are fighting more than ever these days. Does that make sense?
I see, so that's what's bothering you about all this. Well then, what if we just call off the wedding entirely?
Paul, please, I really don't think a joke like that is appropriate at a time like this. I mean, we're not really going to let some tiny little spat like this ruin our whole marriage, are you?
Yeah, sure. A joke. I guess I just wanted to see how you would react to me saying that is all.
Well, we've been together for 5 years now, so I think it's going to take a little more than this to get rid of me. But anyways, I guess next weekend we're finally going to go to your parents and tell them that we're getting married. I'm just glad that we'll be there for each other. I'm so nervous just thinking about doing it. So I would just really like it if we could put all this behind us and look forward to doing that.
Yeah, you're right. It would be better if we could just put this all behind us. But I just worry that these kinds of fights are going to continue between us.
They might, but I think as long as we can take the time to talk out our issues and move past them in a healthy way, that we'll be okay. I mean, that's better than holding in a bunch of angry feelings until we let them come out towards each other.
Well, I just hope that we're actually able to get back to being the way we were and that we can move past this stuff. Because if I'm being honest with you, I'm still pretty upset about the whole thing.
Well, if you're really that upset over this, then maybe we should put off making the announcement to your parents. At least until we feel that we're in a good place in our relationship to do so.
Hey, Nicole, where are you? You said that you were going to be here about 5 minutes ago now. You don't want to be late to telling my parents that we're going to get married, right?
Paul, I'm so sorry. I don't think that I'm going to be able to make it today.
Oh, wait, what? Are you serious? You really not gonna make it on time? What happened? Did you oversleep or something like that?
Well, I was actually already on my way over to meet you, but as I was coming out of the subway, I fell down some stairs. I think I really hurt my leg, and so I called the ambulance, and I'm at the hospital right now having my leg looked at. They're pretty sure that I broke something in there, though.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Did you really want to get out of doing this so badly that you literally threw yourself down some stairs?
They're saying that I might have to stay in the hospital for a while. So I'm sorry, but I just won't be able to make it today on time. But please, tell your mom and dad how sorry I am and that I never saw this coming, but that I really wish I could be there.
You have no idea how hard it was for me to move around my schedule to fit this in. And now you're telling me that it's not even going to be happening?
I really am sorry, Paul. I'm not any happier about this than you are. I hope you know that.
Is that why you're wasting my parents' time as well then? Don't you realize how much trouble you're causing for all of us? I mean, it's probably just a little sprain and you're seriously just going to wait around the hospital all day?
I really am sorry about this, Paul. I swear. I really did want to go and talk to your parents today, and I never thought this was going to happen.
If you really mean that, then why don't you leave the hospital and come over to see us right now? I mean, do you really need to show a little backbone so that my parents can see that you're really serious about this? Or do you really think so little about our marriage together that you can't even do that for me?
Paul, please. I really don't think that I can do anything like that right now. I mean, my leg just got broken. And I've already been checked into the hospital, so it's not like I can just walk out of here, you know?
Wow. So that you're really just not going to come at all then? That's what you're telling me?
It's not that I don't want to go and be there with you all. It's that I literally just broke my leg. You know that, right? You know that I didn't do this on purpose and that I want to be there with you so badly, right? You don't actually think that I'm just faking or being overdramatic, do you? You know that I wouldn't do something like that.
Well, what in the world am I supposed to tell my parents about this, huh? I mean, why are you leaving it up to me to explain to them why you're wasting all of our time here?
Do you really think that your mom and dad would be that upset with me over this? I mean, the times I've met them, they seem like really understanding people. I'm sure they wouldn't mind too much, right?
You really can be so stupid sometimes. Do you know that? You've made a huge mistake by doing this. Of course my parents are going to be mad about this. They're probably going to be furious about this.
You don't need to talk to me that way, Paul. I mean, people get injured and have to cancel on things all the time. I don't really get how it's as big of a deal as you're making it out to be. Besides, it's not like I did this on purpose or anything like that.
I don't care why you did it. The fact of the matter is that you were the one who fell down the stairs, weren't you?
Well, yes, I know what I did and I accept responsibility for it. But right before I fell, I swear I felt something hit me in the back and that's what sent me flying. I just lost my balance and then I ended up falling after that.
What on earth are you talking about now? You probably just got bumped by someone's backpack or something. But if you don't know how to keep your own balance, then that sounds like a you problem.
How can you say that? I don't understand why you're being so cruel right now. I mean, I'm in the hospital and you don't seem worried at all for me. I would think that you would at least know better than to try and make an injured person feel even worse about themselves.
Oh, right. Are you okay?
It's a bit late for that now, don't you think? Look, Paul, I think the fact of the matter is that I just won't be able to make it today, so please, give your parents my best and tell them that I'm very sorry for all of this. I'll message you again when I have some updates from the doctors.
Hey, Nicole, how are things going at the hospital? Do you think that we could call right now? I have some big news to tell you, and I'd really like to call and talk to you about it.
Hey, Paul, I'm sorry, I would call, but there are other patients in the room with me, and I don't want to be rude. But I can text, no problem, so if you want, you can just tell me through that.
Yeah, okay. I guess I can just type it all out for you, if you prefer that.
It's not a problem with me, so what is this big news that you wanted to tell me?
Well, I'm really sorry to be telling you this while you're in the hospital, but the wedding is off. I'm officially calling off our engagement.
Wait, so you don't want to get married to me anymore? But why? Why are you doing this now? I don't get it.
Well, you see, the thing is that I just can't be married to an irresponsible girl like you. You really have no idea just how furious my parents were with you. So I'm sorry, but I just really don't know how we could ever make things work between us. That's why we have to break up.
You've got to be kidding me, right? Please tell me that you're not being serious.
I'm sorry, but it's the way things have to be. You've just made such a poor impression on my parents that I don't know how we're ever supposed to recover from this. And so I just really can't see our wedding going well at all. All we'd end up doing is hurting each other. You understand that, right? It would just be better if we call it here before we cause each other many more pain than we have now.
Paul, I think I should let you know that your parents are here right now apologizing to me and asking after me. So I really don't get what you mean when you say they're upset.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Are my parents really over there right now? What are you talking about?
If you think that I'm lying to you, why don't you try calling your dad right now? Or your mom, either one, since they're both here with me now.
Hold on a second. I'm confused. What's going on here? Why on earth are my parents over there with you right now?
Well, I messaged your mom the other day and told her about what happened. You do know that we have each other's numbers, don't you?
Of course I know that. But what I don't understand is why my parents are there visiting you in the hospital.
Well, your parents wanted to come and apologize to me in your place. So they're here, in front of the other patients that I'm sharing the room with, checking in on me and apologizing for you. They're talking about how sorry they are that their son is such an idiot and how they're disappointed in you.
But I don't get it. You're still not telling me what I want to know. Why are my parents there? What are they apologizing for? If anyone should be sorry, it should be you. You're the one who ruined our schedule that day, not anyone else.
Are you really sure about that? There's nothing that comes to mind about what they could be doing here?
Of course not. You're the only one who did something wrong. We were all waiting at the house for you to show up, and you never did.
Paul, I know it was you. You were the one who pushed me down the stairs, and I've already gone to the police about it.
You went to the police?
That's right. And that's why your parents are here. They are apologizing for you and also begging for me to retract my report. Which I won't, of course.
But I don't get it. Why are you doing this to me? I didn't even do anything. You're just accusing me of things that I never did.
We both know that isn't true. You were there at the subway when I was there.
What are you talking about? Of course I wasn't. Why would you even think something like that? I was at my parents' house the whole time waiting for you to show up.
No, you were at the station and you were the one who knocked me down the stairs. We both know the truth, so just admit it.
What are you talking about? You're crazy. Do you know that? You can't just accuse me of this.
But you were the one who did it. You pushed me on my back and caused me to fall down the stairs.
Are you sure you didn't hit your head or something when you fell? Because you were just sounding crazy. Of course I didn't do anything like that.
Yes, you did, and there are several witnesses who saw you running away from the station afterwards.
Oh yeah? Like who? Who are these witnesses of yours who you've convinced to lie about me?
Well, there's the owner of my apartment building, for one. He was there at the station when we both were. I'm pretty sure that you've met him at least once, haven't you?
No, you're wrong. He probably just saw someone that looked like me, but it really wasn't me. It can't have been.
No, there is no doubt about it at all. It was definitely you. The police even looked at some camera footage from the area and they saw a figure resembling you running away as well.
So it just resembled me and that's enough evidence for them to arrest me? Please, you have to give me a break. Tell me it wasn't me.
I'm afraid that I can't do that. But what I don't get is why you would do this when your parents didn't even know about me.
What do you mean by that? I still don't understand.
I mean that your parents told me that they had no idea that I was even going to be coming over to see them today at all. They didn't have any idea that we were supposed to be going to their house to make our big announcement. You never told them about any of it at all, did you? And that's why you forced me into a spot where I would have to cancel at the last second.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe you really did hit your head when you fell because you just sound insane.
Don't you dare talk to me like that, Paul. You know what you did. I knew that you were acting strangely when I told you that I fell. You didn't seem surprised or concerned for me at all. It was as if you already knew that I had been injured.
But I really didn't do anything.
You can deny it all you want, but that isn't going to change the fact that the police are after you now.
Please, you have to tell them it was a mistake.
Do you really think that I'm going to do that? Give me a break. I don't care how much you offered to pay me off with. I want justice. You will be punished for this.
You can't be serious. Please don't do this to me.
I hope they take you out of the house in handcuffs.
But what happens if my job hears about this?
Oh, I'm sure they will, especially when you don't show up for work because you're in jail. I guess this means you can kiss that cushy career of yours down the drain, and I can't imagine any big company would ever want to work with you again. You're finished.
Please, you can't do this to me. You're really going to try and ruin my life over this?
That's right. But you should know that even your parents just tried to bribe me with some cash, but I turned them down.
I don't get it. How can my parents just be going along with this? I mean, there's not even any proof.
I told your mom all about what had happened, and when I told her I had witnesses, that was enough to get her to believe me. That's why they came over right away to beg for mercy for you.
I don't believe it. That just means that my mom really did just accept that that's something I could have done.
I guess that just goes to show everyone things about you, really. I was talking to your mom about this, and she told me all about how violent you would get when you were younger. And how this isn't the first time that you've injured people, even ex-girlfriends. Your mom told me that she thought you were going to bring that last girl over to announce an engagement as well.
But we just ended up fighting too much, and I knew that I needed a way to get out of the relationship.
Yes, and then that time your parents had to go and visit her and pay her off as well.
This can't be happening to me. This isn't fair.
But I guess now I understand why you were treating me the way you were. This is just a pattern to you.
I wasn't treating you like anything. You were the one who was treating me poorly.
You treated me like I was someone you could just brush off, not like your fiancé. That's why we got into so many fights, not to mention the affairs you were having behind my back.
Affairs? Come on now. You know that I wasn't doing anything like that. You're crazy.
You know, I might just have a little more respect for you if you could at least admit that you've done all of this. We already all know the truth. Why can't you just be honest with me and yourself? Anyways, you should know that you are going to have to pay all the cancellation fees for our wedding plan. After all, it's all your fault that the wedding is being called off.
Okay, all right. I'll be honest with you. The truth is that I met another woman a few weeks ago, and that's why I had to get rid of you.
So the truth finally comes out.
But I knew that things would go bad if you found out, so that's why I had to get rid of you. It was also I can marry this girl who I really love.
I do appreciate you being honest with me now. Maybe your new girlfriend can help you pay down all of the money you're going to owe me. Unless she was also in on this, in that case, I'm afraid you both might be liable for the crime.
No, she had nothing to do with this. Don't drag her into this too.
I guess that's really a matter for the police to decide then, isn't it? They'll know if she did have anything to do with it.
I swear that she didn't really do anything. Why did you have to get my parents and now her involved in all this?
I didn't get them involved in anything. You were the one doing all of the acting in this. I hope they throw you in jail, though.
You're horrible. Do you know that?
Says the person who pushed me down the stairs. After that, the police interviewed other witnesses and finally decided to arrest Paul. They gave him a sentence of 2 years in jail, which spelled out the death of his career. After he got out, he became a shut-in who hardly ever left his apartment. He was worried that people would recognize him and talk behind his back, but I say that it serves him right. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Leah, I just arrived back at home and I'm going to settle down for the night. Good job today talking with my mom and dad for the first time, by the way.
And good job to you as well, Justin. I'm sure it was nerve-wracking for you to have to sit there and watch as I talked to the both of them about myself and wanted to gauge all their reactions, right? Well, the first time is over now, and I think things went well. I guess that means we've both finished meeting one another's family now. I can finally take a moment to catch my breath. I get what you meant, by the way, when you said it can get hard to breathe sometimes because you have to talk so much.
Right? But I am sorry about my mom saying such odd things to you. I have no clue what she meant by wanting to teach you how to become a good wife for me. I already think you're the perfect wife, so the wife you are to me shouldn't mean squat to her, right? Well, anyway, you can just forget about what she was talking about. I'm sure she was just trying to act all mother-like towards you or something.
I understand that. But I'm already planning on going over there this week to see her and learn a few things.
Huh? Did my mom ask you to go over there already?
Yep. I got a call from her a little bit ago saying she wants me to come to her place. She said she's planning to teach me how to cook dishes that you've really liked ever since you were a young man.
You could tell her no, Leah. You don't have to worry about things I liked from back when I was a kid. So forget about going over there to see her again. You were only just over there, and you need at least a couple of weeks to calm down and get your mind together again after seeing her for the first time.
But I only just met with her today, so you really think I can say no to her already? And it's not like things went wrong today between us, right? Actually, I really want to go over to see her and learn more about what foods you like. And I want her to teach me about other things you really like as well. I'm sure you'd be happy seeing your mom and I getting along really well, too.
But I'm telling you that even if she does teach you about things I like when I live with her, it won't compare to what you can cook me now. You are far better than her at cooking, so stick to the recipes you know.
You just happen to eat your mom's cooking all the time growing up, so you might just think mine is good because it's something different from back then. I just want to learn a little from her is all. And at the very least, this will be a good chance for me to bond with her. You know, that's all I'm really in it for, right? I already told you about how it'd be wonderful to become close with her.
If that's what you think you'll gain from all that, then I'm not going to stop you. Well, I suppose you're right. If your dad asked me to go out with him to learn things about you and your past, I'd probably jump on it.
Right? We both want to become closer to one another's parents, so let's just do it. Also, we're going to be together for a very long time, so we'd better get close to each other's family now than never. I mean, you can see that your mom really wants to learn more about me, right?
Thank you, Leah. Going out with my insensitive mom like that.
No worries, Justin, no worries. It's not often that I'm invited over to learn from someone's mom about cooking. But if you could, it'd be wonderful to have you come along with me. You are right about me needing to calm my nerves a little, so having you around should make it a little easier on me.
I can come. You think I'd let you go over to see my mom, who you only just met all by yourself? I'll have the day off, so I'm coming with you.
Thank you. Then this weekend, can you come and get me, and the both of us can go?
Will do. I'll let my mom know that I'll be coming along with you to her house. Hopefully she won't mind that too much.
All right, thank you. Well, today was a long day, so I'm going to get into the bath and then head right to sleep. I have work tomorrow after all.
I'll do the same then. I also wanted to get started here soon. So in the near future, how about the two of us go to the realty agency? I've already been looking all over online for some houses, but I think meeting in person with a realtor would be a whole lot more helpful for us.
Sounds good. I'll start looking for great areas to live as well then. Just let me know what time you want to go and see them so that I can put it on my calendar. Now, I'll see you tomorrow, Justin. Raina, thank you for allowing me to come over and learn more about becoming a good wife with you. It made me really happy to learn more about the cooking that Justin's always enjoyed, and it was so fun learning from you. I hope all my questions weren't too much of a bother for you, and I'll start to put what you taught me this time into practice, okay? If you found today to be that fun, then I'm happy. But to be honest, the food you were preparing for me today was far from the level my cooking is at. So be aware that you will need more lessons in that sort of thing. I suppose that would be so. I'll make sure to practice cooking and preparing those meals some more at my place. Also, today, you came here with Justin, right? That kid came right into the kitchen with you, didn't he? It made it really hard for me to teach you much with him in the room. So, do you mind coming over to my house again sometime? He was just talking too much around us, and that made me lose my concentration. If you'd like, how does this weekend sound? All right. You want to become my son's wife, after all, so I was going to expect you to come this weekend whether you had time to or not. Sounds good. And can you make sure not to tell my son about you coming over to my house this time? Having that kid in this house makes it hard for me to focus on what needs to be done. But this weekend, the two of us are planning to head to the realty agency together. So if he came along with me to your house, we can hop right over to the agency right after. He doesn't have to come into the kitchen or even the house with us while I'm there, right? Well, you can just lie and tell him that you'll have something else going on that day stopping you from going out with him. Are you going to tell me that you can't think this far ahead, Leah? I'm sorry? I see what you're saying. I'll let Justin know that this weekend won't work and we'll have to go another time. Listen here, Leah. I was really thinking that my son would want to marry a far better woman in the future. So when I heard that he wants to marry someone who only had one parent, and worse than that, only had a father as the parent, I was in disbelief. I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing to only be raised by one parent, but... well, you not ever having a mother means you could never learn to do chores, and that you'll have to start learning now, right? Actually, I've been cooking and doing chores around the house ever since I was a little girl. To the point where not even my dad had to help me that much when learning what to do later on with more difficult tasks around the house. But that was self-education, right? You didn't learn anything from your dad, did you? Well, actually, my dad taught me a whole bunch of things. The chores and cooking men do is insignificant to that of what women should be able to do. That's probably why your cooking was so bland and tasted a bit depressing earlier. If you'd like me to accept you as my son's wife, then you're going to have to learn to cook what my family likes to eat. And not just that, but you'll need to learn how to take care of the house properly as well. The next time you're over here, I'm going to see how well you can clean my house. Understood. I'll do my very best to make sure you'll approve of my skills next time. That's right, I'm sure you will, and I don't want you forgetting that feeling you have now. My husband currently works for a very large company. And you are aware that Justin is working for a very famous company, right? When comparing them to you, I have no idea what company you're working at, as I've never even heard of them before. I'm hoping you understand just how little you compare to my family when it comes to your skills and your occupation. If you want me to approve of your guys' marriage, then you'd better listen and learn from everything I say to you. All right, I will. At least you're good at replying to me. Well, this weekend I'll make sure to turn things around with you. And if there's any signs of struggle from you, or you make even a single complaint, I'm calling your marriage to Justin off. I want you to be thankful for giving all my precious time to teach you, and I want you to learn very well from it all. Justin, I have something I'd like to mention about Leah. I do not want you getting married to her anymore, and I'd like for you to call things off with her right now. I knew that woman was completely useless. She was talking back to me non-stop and started to get really angry and shout at me.
Huh?
You shouldn't have any reason to marry someone who only ever had a father and was raised in a poor household, right? I'm sure she's only after your money anyway. She just wants to use you after you both get married, Justin. All right? You break up with her right now. I'm tired of waiting for you to wake up yourself, so just open your eyes and see the problem before you.
The only one here with their eyes shut is you, Mom. You apologize to her right now. If you leave things as they are, you won't be worrying about the marriage, but about your house.
You think I should be apologizing to her? Why me? And what are you talking about when you say worried about the house?
Do you not realize what you've just done to her? You asked for Leah to come over to my house without telling me and then started to bully her. She just called me saying that you poured water all over her head.
Are you kidding me? She's a tattletale now? She is the worst kind of woman, Justin. The only reason I had to pour water over her was as a way to get her to stop talking back and yelling at me. A woman that acts like that towards her mother-in-law deserves to be covered in cold water.
You shouldn't be doing any of this to her. I heard that you invited her back to your house to learn more about being a good wife. But as she sat there doing all the chores for you, you were making fun of her for only having a father and made fun of her father as well. I think she has every right to be upset with you.
I was going to accept her becoming your wife, even though she has no money and never grew up learning anything about being a proper wife. Yet she didn't seem to care about my kindness and wasn't ready for me to try and train her. She has no idea what kind of position she's in compared to me, does she?
I'm at a loss for words here. So this is really how you've been looking at Leah?
Justin, I don't want you marrying into a life of pain and suffering at her hands. You need to learn to throw away useless women like her and find better ones. You have studied and worked so hard to be as successful as you are. So please don't let yourself be taken advantage of by women like her and finish the job by throwing her away. You need to find a woman that fits you much better than her. Now you go and tell her that things are over and that she needs to go.
Mom, I just told you, though. If you do not go and apologize to her, you will lose your house. Do you want your husband to lose his job and everything over this?
You think he'd lose his job? But what are you saying, Justin? How does your dad have anything to do with all of this?
Leah's dad didn't want his name making any changes to the life you all have with Leah, so he wanted the three of us to never tell you anything. But I can't hold back this information anymore. Leah's dad is the CEO. And on top of that, he is a top partner and customer to the company that Dad's working for.
What?
When he saw that Leah came back into his house drenched in water and shivering, he was pissed off. She told him it had to do with you making fun of her and him. I wonder how things will turn out for you now, Mom. Right now, Dad is on his way over to Leah's place right now to apologize to her.
Leah is the daughter of a CEO?
Yeah.
But I was told before that her father was just your average company employee.
And that was only done so that you wouldn't get all worked up over him being in such a high position. If you've heard how he's a CEO of a company that is a customer of the company Dad works for, you wouldn't treat Leah the same. But seeing that things turned out far worse by not telling you, I wish we had back then. I seriously never thought my own mom would be picking on my fiancé behind my own back like you have.
Are you sure?
I am. You've really done it now, Mom.
What should I do now? Oh, wait, I'm going to head over to her place right now.
Please do that. However, I'm not sure if she'll accept your apology or not yet.
What have I done, Justin? Why did you never tell me something so important as that first?
That's because I never saw you as the type of person that would bully my wife for any reason. Don't you dare blame me for doing something that only schoolyard bullies do. If what you've done today ends with her father not wanting me to marry her anymore, I'm going to hold that against you for life. Seriously, what have you done, Mom? Even if they do forgive you for what you've done, I might not be able to talk to you again.
Leah, hello. Do you have the time to talk to me right now? Sure. Just the other day, when I went over to your place, you didn't seem to really listen to me at all. So I'd like to come over one more time to apologize to you for what happened. I'd like to come on a day that works for both you and your dad. Do you think you'd be able to allow me to come over and see you? No, I don't need another apology from you. So that must mean you're going to forgive me then? That is something completely different, Raina. Leah, I'm so sorry. I never knew about you being the daughter of a CEO. And from what I've heard, your dad is a huge customer to the company my husband works for, correct? He really is a very successful man then, right? You are only apologizing to me because you heard I'm the daughter of the CEO that happens to fund a lot of what your husband works for, yes? No. That's not why at all. I've just realized that when I was being rude to you, it was not at all okay for me to act that way, and so... I mean, you're going to become my son's wife, and I just wanted to make sure you listened and learned from everything I was trying to teach you. Is that right? However, it did not seem that way to me. You continued to belittle me because of only being raised by my dad by saying I sucked at cleaning, and saying that my dad must be an idiot for not having a wife, and so am I. You also added on that my place must be disgusting because I lack any common sense when it comes to doing chores. In other words, you were making fun of my dad and I that whole time. You weren't trying to teach me how to become a good wife. Rather, you just wanted to pick on me that whole time, right? No. I never meant for any of that to come off as me picking on you. Are you sure about that, Raina? Even before any of that took place a couple days ago, the way you talk about others like myself seems to be way too hurtful. Has nobody talked to you yet about how harsh your language is when you talk to them? Or could it be that you only speak like that when you feel someone is not doing as you say? Leah, please, can you find it in your heart to forgive what happened? I will never say or do anything rude like that to you again. And I just want you to know that the only reason you got drenched in water is because my hand slipped and the bucket poured on you. Are you talking about that bucket of water you carried with both hands and made sure to carry right over my head? Are you going to tell me that your hand slipped and caused all of that now? That water fell on top of my head, Raina. No matter how much you try and spin the situation, it won't change the fact that what you did was on purpose. That wasn't on purpose. All right, then. I'll just assume that's the case then. But I'll also assume that no matter what I try and say to you about what's happened, you will not learn to feel sorry about it. I do feel bad, though. I've apologized countless times now, right? Also, remember that I'm Justin's mom. And what difference should that make? You're going to marry him, right? So you will be with him for a very long time now, right? And having things continue like this with his mom for so long is a bit... I will be getting married to Justin, but you will not be my mother-in-law. You just mean that as you won't ever come over to my house and that you'll never come to family gatherings, right? Yes, that is right. But I'm also planning on cutting ties with you and never ever thinking of you as anything other than a rude stranger. Cutting ties with me? You're going to get married to my son without ever forgiving me? You're fine with getting married to him without his mother being okay with it? Yeah, I'm totally fine with it, and that's why I'm cutting ties with you. Before you found out about me being the daughter of a CEO, you really thought you were on top of me and could say anything you wanted about me, right? You assumed I wouldn't be able to do anything to you about your horrible actions, right? That's not at all what I was assuming. Then tell me why you're apologizing to me so much right now. Had I really been living a life where I was in such need of money, you would never be apologizing to me, right? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to become family or friends with people who think it's okay to make fun of others based on their financial situation. You have it all wrong. I do feel as though what I did was wrong. I'm sorry, Leah. I really messed up this time, so please don't say you'll cut ties with me anymore. My son's not even responding to me anymore, and my husband just ignores me now. Well, if you think that's all, then you'd better get yourself ready for what comes next. I think the way you treat others based off their family situation and your understanding of how they were raised is not something anyone else in this family can agree with. Also, I really just wanted you to tell me outright that you didn't like me. At least then I could have just stopped talking to you and none of this would have to be happening. Yet instead, you told me you wanted to teach me to become a good wife and then bullied me when I came over to start listening to you. I don't want to be a family to a monster like you, Raina. Nobody does. If I can't get you to forgive me, then what's going to happen to me? That has nothing to do with me, right? You're the only one that needs to figure all that out. My husband has been talking about getting a divorce. So please, Leah, find some way to forgive me. Leah, I'm asking you to please forgive me. I was raised by a very strong and independent father, and based off what he taught me, I cannot forgive you after what you've done to me. I don't have it in me anymore to listen to you make fun of my dad like you had been. I will make sure to meet both of you in person and apologize for everything I did. So please, I was in the wrong. And I promise to never say anything about your marriage to Justin again. There are times where even after an apology, forgiveness doesn't follow. And I don't need your approval to marry your son. I really wanted to become close to you since you are his mom and all that. But after seeing the type of person you really are, I no longer want to be close to you. So that's why I'm no longer going to listen to anything you have to say to me. This is really unfortunate, right? You didn't get to have your way in teaching me how to be your kind of punching bag wife. From there, Raina continued to try and call both myself and Justin over and over again. But the two of us continued to ignore her and never once picked up any of her calls. We moved into filling out our paperwork to become husband and wife, all while she continued to try and talk to us. And soon after that, we were married with no problems at all. To be honest about Raina, I really don't care what happens to her now. But of course, when looking at how upset both my dad and Justin are with her actions, I don't think I'll ever be talking to or seeing her again. On another note, due to what had happened, the love that Raina's husband had for her was wiped out. and now the two of them live in separate houses from one another. Apparently, this isn't the first time something like this has happened with Raina, and there was someone else she chose to be a jerk to, and so this was the last straw for her husband. Back then, when her husband would have a word with her about it, she always told him that she'd never act that way again. But it only kept happening again and again, so it makes sense that this time her husband could no longer spoil her by allowing her to stay around him. I'm not sure what happened after this incident, but I'm sure this won't be the end of that woman's terrible attitude, and that things really will go downhill for her then. I had always felt a little bit at fault for causing Justin's family to fall apart after the actions of his mom this time, but hearing that she's always been a jerk, I lost all my feelings of sorrow for her and her husband. She may have become a little less extreme after her first time, but she continued to pull the same stunt all the time. And that's what forced her husband to not want anything to do with her anymore. But no matter what happens next with her, it'll have zero to do with me. I'm just happy that with my marriage to Justin now becoming a reality, I'll never have to deal with her again. I'm sure I'll meet people like her again in my life, but I'll make sure to look past their thoughts and actions towards me. And in doing so, hopefully cause them to lose interest in me and go away for good. That's at least how I want to handle things from now on. Luckily, Justin feels the same way as I do, and so together, we'll make sure that those around us are only ever kind people, and that we get rid of those that want to belittle others. We still have a long life ahead of us, but we won't forget about how we felt this time, and we'll make sure to use those feelings as our strengths next time. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I just want to say thank you again for dinner. Julie and I really enjoyed it. She said your cooking was even better than eating out.
Aw, well, I'm just so happy that the two of you enjoyed my cooking so much. Although, was Julia okay? She didn't seem to eat that much, and I was wondering if she was a little nervous.
No, it's nothing like that at all, Mom. She just has a really small appetite.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess that explains why she's so thin then. Honestly, sometimes I just get a little worried when I see her.
Yeah, I guess we could both stand to gain a little weight, but this is the way that Julia likes to be, so I don't really question it.
Well, as long as she is happy and healthy, that really is the most important thing. Although, I still am just so surprised. How did my son end up with such a lovely woman? And to be marrying her, no less. I still don't get it.
Hey, come on now, that's not fair. Is it really so hard to believe?
Well, I just mean that. I just think it's interesting because Julia seems to put a lot of care and thought into herself. But you, on the other hand, well, it's just an interesting pairing, I guess. I just have to wonder how good of a pair you two are.
Mom, come on, now you're just being rude. You don't have to say that kind of stuff to me, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry, son. I'm just saying that you better make sure you take care of her so no one else snatches her up. After all, you know what they say, right? A happy wife is a happy life.
Well, great, thanks, Mom. I really appreciate all the confidence that you have in me. But of course I'm going to take care of Julie and make sure that she's happy.
Well, as long as you try your best, that's all anyone can ask for. I was just wondering why you hadn't said something like that to me before. Were you too embarrassed to say that?
Of course not. But you're cornering me with the way that you're talking to me about this, and you basically made me say it.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that you would if you were pressed to. Also, I wanted to say this earlier, but when I first saw Julia, I could swear that I knew her from somewhere.
Oh, really?
Well, that's the thing. I just can't remember right now. But it had to be from somewhere.
Or something like that, right?
No. I don't think it had anything to do with work. I'm sure I'd remember if we worked together at some point.
Are you saying that you remember every single person who's ever worked in your office years ago?
Well, it's not really even that large of a staff, you know? Besides, I am the company president, so you would hope that I know my employees well. Wait a second. I think I got it. Years ago, I think I saw her walking next to you somewhere in town. I was just driving by when I saw you, but I was curious about who the other person was.
Well, in that case, I don't think it was Julia. It sounds like my last girlfriend who I was with about 5 years ago.
Was it really that long when you were dating her? Well, in that case, I wonder where I've seen Julia before. I mean, I feel like she would be kind of hard to confuse for someone else.
But it is still possible, you know? I mean, I feel like as I've gotten older, younger people have started all to look the same. Maybe it's just something that happens as you get older.
Excuse you, son, but I am not losing my ability to distinguish faces.
Yeah, sure thing, Mom. Whatever you say.
It's just when I saw her, I could have sworn that it was from somewhere else.
You're not thinking of that one woman in that commercial, are you? Because she does have a similar energy to Julia. You know the one I'm talking about, right? The ad for that brand of coffee that you drink?
Oh, right. Actually, now that you mention it, the woman and Julia do really look alike.
Well, then maybe that's why you felt like you had already seen her somewhere.
Is that really why? I'm just not sure now.
Well, unlike you, I'm pretty confident in my memory, and I don't know where else you would have seen Julia.
You might be right about this, but that's still no way to talk to your mother, young man. I may be getting old, but that doesn't mean my memory is failing me.
Fair enough, but I'm sure that I'm right about this. Either way, it sounds to me like you approve of her. Am I reading that right? Does she get the pass from you?
Of course I do. I think she's a lovely girl, and I'm so happy that I finally got to meet your fiancé. And I'm just so happy that my little boy is finally going to get married.
I know, it's hard for me to believe as well, but trust me when I say that I will take care of Julia, okay? Also, you should know that Julia really liked you too and said that she was looking forward to getting to know you better. Maybe one day you two could go out for lunch or do some shopping or something like that.
Well, I am glad that she said those things about me, but I'm not about to buy that at face value. After all, what woman wouldn't want to get along with her mother-in-law? And besides, I don't want to get too involved in your private lives, so I'll be able to maintain a respectable amount of distance.
Wait, what? No, Mom, she literally said she wants to be your friend. Especially since Julia lost her own mother when she was really little. I think she wants to be able to think of you as a kind of mother figure.
You really think that's how she feels about me? I really don't know about that. I mean, I would just hate to come off as overbearing or nosy or something like that.
Of course, and I'm sure she would love it if you invited her out now and then. Besides, it wouldn't be you being nosy, it would be you being there to get to know your son's wife better, right? I mean, I don't really have interest in shopping or anything like that, but I'm sure that you could think of something fun for the two of you to do together.
You really think she wouldn't mind if I invited her out now and then? I mean, I would love to, but again, I would just hate to be that kind of mother-in-law. You know what I mean?
Of course not. I just said that she would really love it, right? Didn't I? Oh, by the way, do you mind if I share your number with Julia? I think she wants to thank you for today as well.
Oh yes, that's fine. I don't mind at all.
Okay, great. I'll go ahead and do that. And please do reach out to her and figure out something for the two of you to do soon, okay? Thanks, Mom.
Irene, are you there? I just wanted to say thank you so much for the lovely party yesterday. It was so much fun. Of course, but I am so sorry to have brought you to an event full of people that only I knew. And I'm sure that you were so bored since everyone there was at least as old as I am. Not at all. I really enjoyed the conversations I had, and I even feel like I learned a lot. I mean, everyone there that led such rich lives, and it was getting great to hear about some of them. So again, thank you so much for thinking of inviting me. I really did enjoy myself. Well, I'm sure it didn't hurt that there were ample booze there as well. I just hope that nobody there said anything that they shouldn't have to you. No, not at all. If anything, I learned more about you. Everyone there had so many stories about how you climbed up the ranks of your company. Well, I wish that wouldn't brag about me to you. Now it sounds like I set this whole thing up. You should know that it's all good things when you get this old, though. My knees hurt all the time, and I keep thinking about retirement. I guess that must make me sound like a negative person, though, huh? You really think so? I think that's a perfectly fair opinion to hold. You've been through so much, and you deserve to have a rest, of course. Well, Either way, I'm just glad that you enjoyed yourself and getting to meet some of my friends. Yes, and please tell them that I had a lovely time getting to meet and talk to them. By the way, is it true that you are going to host something similar next month with a younger crowd? Well, I'm not going to be hosting it, but my company is arranging to throw that event, yes. But I won't be attending. Oh, I see. Well, do you mind if I ask why not? Well, it's just that... How can I put this? Well, you said so yourself that there are going to be younger people there, and the thing is that I've heard those type of events turn into giant mixers with everyone looking for a date for the night, basically. And that includes people going after those in relationships or those who are married as well. Oh, I see. I guess since everyone is so young and successful there must be a lot of overconfidence, huh? I mean, I'm certainly not trying to talk about everyone who goes to this thing, but it's just what I've heard from those who have gone. So, I just don't think it's good to go by yourself as a woman if you have a family or anything. But I had such a blast at this last party that I would love to go to this one as well. Please, can you send me an invitation? Well, it is true that you were quite popular here. Also, random question, but where did you get your bag? It looks really high-end. Oh, do you think so? I think of myself as a bit of frugal, so I try to avoid shopping at fancy brands. But I thought that I had to look my best for your party, so I took out the nicest one that I had. Actually, I was saving up a few months in advance of the party just to buy it. You mean that you really bought that bag with all your own money? That's amazing. Well, I think it's really important to be able to afford to take care of yourself. And if I take care of the bag, then I should be able to use it for the rest of my life. And it really is such a nice one. You picked one with such a classic design. I'm sure it will never go out of style. But next time, you should make my son buy you something like that. After all, he is going to be your husband. I will tell him you said that. You really are a good girl, do you know that? Anyways, if you ever have any problems with Terry, you let me know. By the way, I hear that you're still hard at work getting ready for the wedding. Please let me know if there's any way that I can help. Thank you so much for the offer, Irene. I promise that if I need anything, you will be the first to know.
Hey, Mom, do you have a minute to talk to me really quick?
Oh, son, what a surprise. I was just about to sit down and eat lunch, so I can talk. Actually, you are more than welcome to come and meet me at the restaurant where I'm at now. They know me here, so they don't care if I wait here for a while.
No, I'm not going to do that. Thanks, though. I just wanted to let you know that, well, I don't think I'm going to try and see you as much as I can after this.
I'm sorry, what? I don't understand. Are you saying that you're going to try and avoid me?
Mom, please, don't pretend like you don't know what this is about. I mean, you do realize what you've done, right?
Son, what on earth are you talking about? I promise you that I have no idea what this could be about, but I would greatly appreciate it if you could tell me.
It's about Julia, Mom. I know that you've been bullying her in private. And that's why I'm sorry to say, but you are officially uninvited from our wedding. Please, just stay away from us.
Hold on a second. What is this all about, Terry?
Are you really still going to pretend like you have no clue what I'm talking about?
Well, I just mean that I thought you weren't going to be having a wedding at all. I don't get why you're reaching out to tell me not to come.
Well, now I'm confused. Because not only are you still not admitting to bullying Julia, but now you're talking as if I'm not going to have a wedding? You are really starting to upset me now.
I have to say, though, I am just really, really disappointed in Julia.
You don't get to be disappointed with my wife. I'm the one who's disappointed with you. What makes you even think you get to say that about my fiancé?
Terry, please, you have to calm down and listen to what I have to say.
You really think that I can calm down right now? You were bullying my wife behind my back. You know I really respected you. You climbed up the company rank of Dad's company, and when he died, you took it over with grace. But I never knew that you had this darker side of you.
Well, that's because I don't, and I never did anything to Julia.
How can you sit still casually texting me lies like that? I know that you were trying to tell her to leave me.
Well, I can see how it might look bad if that's your only piece of context, but the truth is very different. How about you stop by my office on your way home, and I'll explain everything to you. I know that Julia is telling you all of this now, but things aren't quite as they appear to be. Irene, are you there? How could you do this to me? What kind of lies were you telling Terry? Lies? I haven't told him any lies at all. Just the truth about you. Why are you trying to ruin our happy lives together, huh? Did you know that Terry left the house today? I think it might be for good this time. Well, if that's what he wanted to do, then I really don't see what I'm supposed to do about it. But I suppose I can't blame him after he found out the truth about what you've been doing. But I haven't been doing anything at all. You don't know what you're talking about. I know that you told him that Oral and I had some kind of thing going on with each other, but it isn't true. And when I went to his house after the party, it was only because he said he wanted to recommend me some books. But you just went ahead about that and made assumptions, didn't you? How dare you try and accuse me of cheating on my husband when you have no proof of anything? You know very well that I warned you about the kind of people who go to the party you went to. And Orwell is one of the worst of them. After all, he's young and handsome and smart, and worst of all, he knows that he's all of those things. He's known around the town as a womanizer, but did you know that he's also married? I am telling you that things aren't like that between us at all, okay? But even though he is married, he is always showing up to galas and parties with cute young things on his arm. You mean I'm not the only girl that he's done this with? Did you really think that you were special to him? But I didn't know. I thought that he wanted to be with me for me. Please, you have to tell Terry that this is all just one big misunderstanding. We're supposed to be getting married soon. You have to set this right for me. You didn't listen to my warnings, and now you want me to bail you out of this. Is that right? Besides, like I said, this was my son's decision, and I won't take responsibility for his actions. But I mean, you have to. You were the one that told him Oral and I were having an affair together. There you go again, trying to pretend like you two didn't. You know, I've already talked to Orwell about this, and he came clean to me about all of it. But he told me that you were just one of the girls that he's seeing. He told me that he certainly had no clue that he was sleeping with my son's fiancée. But he really isn't like that. Please, you've got this all wrong, I swear. Oh, please. He even showed me the messages that you two had been sending to each other. Just how long are you going to lie to me, huh? Besides, I finally realized where I saw you from. You had attended another one of those parties as someone else's +1, didn't you? But that was while you were still dating my son. It really isn't like that at all, I swear. Why don't you believe me? Do you know why Orwell was so taken up with you? It's because he likes what he can't have. He doesn't care if he sleeps with married or engaged women. So the moment that he found out that you were engaged, he didn't even bother checking to who it might have been. He just knew that he had to have you then and there. It really isn't like that at all. I just want to be with Terry, I swear. I didn't want to go home with Orwell, I promise. Oh my gosh, just who are you trying to fool here? Why on earth do you think that I'm going to believe a word that you say? Can't you just be an adult and own up to your own actions? Is that really so much to ask for? Irene, I'm so sorry for all of this. I promise that I'll never betray your son like this again. You have my word. I'll block Orwell and everything and never talk to him again as long as I live. Just please, help me fix things with Terry. For the last time, that isn't up to me. It is up to my son. But could you talk to him? You could convince him to get back together with me, right? He's not answering any of my calls at all. Just stop it already. If he doesn't want to talk to you, then that should tell you everything that you need to know. I seriously doubt that you have any intention of seriously being with my son. But now that we have proof of just what a little rat you are, we can cut you out of our lives without a second thought. Please, I promise that I can change. I will change, I swear. Just please tell Terry to talk to me. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to try and expose my son to more pain and manipulation by you. I know that I made a mistake, but you have to believe me when I say that I never wanted things to go this way. I swear that I'll apologize to him for everything if you just tell him to call me. You really just don't get it at all, do you? I'm trying to tell you that it is not my choice to make for my son. He deserved to know the truth, and that's why I told him about you and Orwell. But whatever he chooses to do with that information is entirely up to him. After that, Terry confronts Julia about everything, and the whole conversation resulted in him serving her with divorce papers. She cried and begged my son not to leave her, but he had made up his mind and nothing was going to change it. Julia begged him for a second chance, but he simply wasn't interested at all. I don't think she quite realized just the shock learning the truth had dealt to my poor son. Of course, I also felt awful being the one who had to tell him the horrible truth of what his fiancée was going behind his back. Although, I think he had a sense of what was going on before I even showed him any of the evidence I'd collected from Orwell. I think just saying his name alone was enough for Terry to put together what was going on between his wife and him. After all, I had already told Terry exactly the kinds of things that went on at those parties and the kind of reputation that a man like Orwell had. But at least the proof was enough to silence any of Julia's protest about the affair not being true. Not to mention, it gave Terry all the proof he needed to sue the two of them for their affair with each other. Julia came back to me to beg for help once again, but I was in no mood to change my mind. After the divorce, Julia tried to go back home to live with her parents, but they were so ashamed of what she had done. They kicked her out of the house and told her that they would be writing her out of their will. That was when Julia really flipped and ran all the way to Orwell's house. There, he told his wife all about the kind of man her husband was. But all that resulted in was both Orwell and Julia being sued once again, except this time by Orwell's wife. After that, I never saw Orwell ever again. Unless I heard, he fled town and tried to build a new life in a new state where no one would know about his reputation. Of course, with so much debt from the legal fees, I doubt he has the same kind of appeal that he used to have with women. Julia also packed her bags and left town when she realized that not even her parents were going to support her after what she had done to my son. I imagine that she's probably living in some tiny apartment, working multiple jobs just to get by, all the while trying to pay down her own debt from her lawsuits. I thought that this would have crushed my poor Terry, but I guess I just didn't realize how resilient he really is. He started going to therapy to deal with what had happened to him, and he appears to be doing better than ever. He was thankful to me for not holding back the truth from him, but I just told him that he had a right to know. Now, he is focusing on himself and his career as he does his best to get over one of the worst betrayals of his life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.